As a business owner, investor, board member, CEO or CFO, you know how important it is that you understand your business inside out, the cash flow, performance by staff and performance against past trends, budgets or competitors. Only then you can formulate your business strategy. Often, the difference between a struggling business and a thriving enterprise is this: accurate, transparent reporting and credible, honest business advice. Well, accountants are normally in a good place to provide this, but this advice comes at a cost. How would you choose the right firm to work with? SKS Business Services are passionate about the growth of British businesses and offer a full range of services, including modelling, fundraising, compliance and tax planning. They say they're able to do this at very competitive rates for SMEs and mid-sized corporations. We went to see how it all adds up. So Sanjay, tell me about the service you provide for SMEs and what inspired you?
So what inspired me was I've worked for small accounting firms and large corporates, and the standard of accounting services available to large corporates absolutely wasn't available to the SMEs. So that was the inspiration to start this business. What service we provide is basically bookkeeping, accounting services, management accounts and modeling, tax planning, but at a cost that is easily affordable by an SME.
What I'm particularly fascinated about is how you provide an onshore-offshore model that is generally only available to larger corporations. How does that work?
So we created this onshore-offshore model after the fast internet became readily available to smaller businesses, and that happened around 2008. So before that, if you wanted a lease line, that would cost you £10,000 a month, so that wasn't a feasible idea.
So how do you add that value then? What is the kind of key function that you provide?
So the key functions are, once you have that accurate data, from our point of view, that financial data on time, internally, through senior managers and business owners, through our help as well, we can analyse how that company is performing year on year, month on month, client versus client, various key performance indicators that would be critical for that business owner. And it helps free his mind or their minds in terms of making the clearer, better decisions for the future of their company.
I'm Joanna Green and I'm the Director of Ward Mackenzie, and we're accountants and part of the SKS group, which means that we have an Indian office which we all use to do services through, such as payroll and bookkeeping.
It sounds great, but can you give me some examples of how it actually works in practice?
Okay, I've got a range of clients, anything from your little old lady that needs her tax return done, all the way up to big corporate groups. Obviously the corporate groups need much more detail than the little old lady, but she still wants to get her tax return done in a timely manner. So it's making sure that we're not having to push some people to the back of the queue and others to the front, because we've got the capabilities of actually doing a whole range of work at the same time.
Anil, it's all about adding value for your clients, isn't it?
Absolutely. The model that's been developed enables us to, one, provide the full accounting service or finance function service, I should say, right from what we call bookkeeping through to providing that business analysis through management accounts for smaller companies that might not normally be able to afford that, right through to, as Sanjay mentioned earlier, the tax planning, the modelling, perhaps fundraising if they're looking to grow. So all of that is done at an affordable rate. More importantly, the senior directors here have the time, capacity to be able to help advise these businesses.
My name's Daniel Glover, I'm a director of Ledger Sparks Limited. We're based in Croydon, South East. The relationship with SKS, obviously with SKS as a group, it means that we have the ability to obviously discuss issues with other directors, or and learn from other directors as to their experiences with clients so we can bounce ideas off each other to ensure we can provide correct and appropriate advice to clients and come up with new ideas for clients.
My name's Carrie James. I'm an insolvency practitioner at Benedict Mackenzie.
That sounds very interesting. What does that actually mean?
Well, insolvency is a slightly different form to the rest of the group. So we deal with individuals or companies where they're in distress. So some of that will be dealing with bankruptcy, which tends to affect individuals, and companies where they may be unfortunately facing financial difficulties and unable to continue trading. So we will then go for a structured closure by way sometimes of a liquidation, or in some cases where we're able to save the business, there can be a restructure using different forms of insolvency such as a company voluntary arrangement or an administration. Recently we've worked with a business that had a large manufacturing business where we've been able to restructure their debt and save 75 jobs.
My name is Paul Quinnan. I'm the Director of Avalon Accounting. We cover all areas of accountancy and taxation services to all range of clients, from small sole traders up to larger companies. With the larger team of accountants in India, we're able to provide more detailed, regular information to the client, so they're more aware of their financial situation during the year as opposed to just preparing the end of year accounts.
I'm Hayley Pope and I run Gilroy & Brooks Accountants Limited based in Farnham.
Can you tell me a little bit about why your business is successful? What do you provide your clients that others don't?
For me, it's about being able to provide the best possible accounting service to our clients at the best possible price, which, to be honest, is what all SME clients are looking for. They want to be able to get that good service that you'd get from being with a bigger accountancy firm, but they can't afford to pay that price tag, and that's where our business model works really well for them. Basically, because of the way that our business is operated, we've got the share services model, so that a large proportion of the more labour-intensive work that we do, the accounts prep, the personal tax return preparation, the bookkeeping, the payroll function, the actual labour-intensive aspects of that is all done out in our offices in India by the qualified accountants there, who report directly into us, and they are our staff and our employees. But because they're able to, or they undertake that work, it means that we're able to take the time to spend with our clients and talk to them about the aspects of the business they're really interested in talking about.
SMEs drive our economy. What's so great about being a British business?
So we need to be, as a SME, we need to be a bit more aspirational. We should do what the big businesses are doing. So we should go beyond our borders, and living in Britain, we are halfway between Asia and North America, and being English speaking, that's a tremendous advantage that we need to exploit more, with or without Brexit.
Adding to that, the time zone is perfect. We are literally halfway between Asia and the Americas. That adds a perfect conditions for expansion. And as Sanjay mentioned, I think in this juncture in our history, it's all the more important that British big businesses focus on how their business is performing, how they can improve that performance, how they can increase profitability, and how they can grow. And that's one part of the service we will offer.
We provide a cost-effective finance function to help companies grow.
Working with individuals to provide the best insolvency advice for them.
We are a business that adds up.
Our aim is to provide exceptional financial and tax advice to all our clients.
We give advice as individual as you are.
We provide great accounting services at a great price.
We are SME friendly accountants.